because you're familiar with working with great catchers.
Yeah, he's another great one. He's a guy that the offense understands that, hey, when we show up, we're not having to score 5 or 6 a day just to be in the game.
I'll take care of.
Those are all things out of our control. Good swing.
Looks like O'Neal's going to get to this one. Changes defensively. As this one is headed out to Mateo. Nice sliding pickup.
Players end up making the club.
Kramer powers it by him for strike 3.
We're talking 1 run allowed.
And that's the mark of somebody that you're counterproductive and keep your team in the game. And Kramer showed a much better ability. He's on the warning track, and he's coming off of solo homers. First time he came up.
And we talked to him about that in Dunedin. He said it's just one of those things. It's not it was 5 solo home runs. Now he's given up 6. Plus he had the sac fly today.
Over to Mateo, and he'll throw Walker out. Orioles have a 1-run lead as Santander takes outside. He's now playing.
His parents will be in Boston. They'll be in Baltimore. And it's his biggest fans. It's really sweet to see. He had the walk-off last season.
Santander likes the fact that when they come to town, they stay with him. Very tough. And it gets in the whole way of that best shape of your life thing.
Yeah.
Of your life. He's like, I don't want to say it. Santander swings through a breaking ball, and Montgomery 16 times he's faced them in the regular season. And of course.
And I don't think the Yankees right now are ready to say, oh, we wish we hadn't traded him. They could use a starter, Jordan Montgomery.
Great career with 2-2 against Gunnar Henderson.
But when you know you've made the club, you know, you're just working on things. You can have things when you got Sheldon Jupiter. It's like, you know, you're not on the club. He had like a 20-something ERA.
He's dealing with soreness in his right thumb for a couple of days last week. Returned on Saturday against the Pirates. It's muffed, but it's called a strike.
It's like you're trying to get through camp relatively healthy, and all of a sudden this starts happening. Because really it was. And DL Hall was being slow played because he had some discomfort in his lower back. That was day 1. Anyway, at that point. Oh, and Vavra had the sort of no walks, 10 strikeouts. I think he scored on an. But unfortunately for him, and I guess for the media, a lot of time numbers would say, wow, that was really good.
Line drive, foul ball. The game today.
Yeah, we're not sure. Maybe some, but not all.
Rios goes opening day starter this past Friday. As Dean Kramer will start game 2, pumps in over the inside corner, 0-2, at least at the start of the year.
I'll think are the 5. It's just the order. 5 innings and 80 pitches on the backfield.
And that was the plan for Irvin today, is to get some backfield. Kramer will underhand to first base and pick up. That create an opportunity for him.
You know, you wonder if it could be Andrew Politti, the Rule 5 pick from the Red Sox. Like his stuff, they love the curveball. They'd like to be able to hold on to him. And there's no way you're going to get him through waivers. There's no way the Red Sox, you know, 1-inning short spurt reliever, which is, you know, he's been back and forth on the shuttle. Majors 1 inning and that fastball, and it's going to tick up the velocity when he's used in, you know, for shorter spurts. It could probably be reduced to 1 inning just fine. But, you know, that opens up a possibility for him as well. All not in the bullpen. And Hall was the big mystery. Like, it turns out, though.
Against Motter. He'll foul another one off from Dean. About innings limits. Nice pitch by Dean Kramer.
They just didn't think that they had that luxury.
Right center field. Cordero will get there and cut it off.
As much, but he'd already been undergoing that process, going from the Rule 5 late inning guy to being in the rotation.
Line drive again into right center field. Carlson will hold. Mike Baumann, who we were talking about, he is scheduled.
I'm curious about Garrett because he closed out yesterday's game. So would they go back to
2 balls and no strikes? Their opening day lineup. 2-1.
At this point of
It gets away from Maverick Hanley, and both runners will move up. Out to deep left field, and Butchberger has hit it out. Who could go out there for a second inning if need be. Finds the outside corner.
We saw him get out of a jam in his last outing. Was scoreless inning, put two.
And a swing and a miss. Uses the slider to strike his. This is a must visit as far as the spring training circuit goes. Can go to all the different places downtown, spots to.
I mean, you get in a routine. You always say there's 3 votes starting the season. It's so different. And then when the off season starts, you're kind of adjusting your body clock again. And then to see my wife and granddaughter, and I slept for like 2 hours on the couch Saturday. Woke up at 8.
And it's ball 1. As Cameron, he handled himself pretty well. Yak. And there's out number 2.
Just in case we need him, but kind of at least in the back of your mind, you think maybe is this.
It's a jigsaw puzzle right now, Rock. Trying to figure it out.
As a situation, stays ready. The Ferrari parked in the garage.
Coming in is Church. As the first pitch from Mike Baumann gets a cut and miss for.
Sounds good. Healthy. I think a lot of guys did, so it's always a positive.
We're getting sent down to AAA, but are going to be banging on the door.
Not just infield, outfield too. It's very impressive. Very impressive as a group. The amount of talent all together. I think they're all going to help us at some point this season. And
what are one of the veterans that younger guys will lean on this team?
I think it'll be a lot of the same for me.
Manager, the hitting instruction here, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to build relationships with the guys. Swing planes kind of thing. Angles attacking the baseball, staying to the middle of the field. It really just comes down to take their miss, stuff like that. And we're still a work in progress in that regard. And
with the wind, what is it like to play in the outfield and deal with the spring training wind and the high skies and the challenges?
Yeah, react and to keep the ball in front and hit the cutoff man. That's really what we're trying to do. So.
Or major league deals and got them through waivers and outrighted, where it's not just fillers, really a deeper roster than they've had in quite a while. You could have a Cameron, a Nomar Malewin Diaz, and whoever. I mean, it's a lot of guys that they are giving them options of they can bring up at any time.
I don't think there would be any hesitation to go from the spring training group that has done so well. And
they are signing of somebody that stayed on the free agent market. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We still have a little bit of time, but it hasn't.